Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second ever race of the Diecast Indycar League at the Thermal Club. Here are your point standings entering the second race of the season. Will Power won last week at St. Pete. He's the points leader. Pato Award second. Scott McLaughlin third. Scott Dixon fourth. Alex Palou rounding out your top five. Then Kiffin Simpson, Kyle Kirkwood, Stingray Robb, Alexander Rossi, and Marcus Erickson round out the top 10. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup. On pole is Christian Rasmussen for Ed Carpenter Racing, and Pato Award starting second, exactly where he finished last week. Rookie Jacob Abel in third, another great qualifying effort from him, and Joseph Newgarden starts fourth. Kyle Kirkwood and Alexander Rossi are fifth and sixth. Then in row four, it's the Ganassi guys of Kiffin Simpson and Alex Palou. Running out your top 10 is rookie Louis Foster and Will Power, last week's winner. Then it's Scott Dixon and Connor Daly, 11th and 12th. Stingray and Graham are 13th and 14th. Then Nolan and Scotty Mack, 15th and 16th. Colton and Lundgaard, 17th and 18th. And Marcus Erickson rounds out this 19-car field. So just like last week, it's 15 laps around the Thermal Club. Who will win today? Here we go. Green, green, green. Pato Award leads lap number one. Christian Rasmussen and Joseph Newgarden side by side for second. And then Jacob Abel and Kyle Kirkwood round out your top five. A lot of battling going on throughout the field, especially in the back of the pack, as we have a three-wide battle between Colton Herta, Nolan Siegel, and Christian Lundgaard, which is going to be won out by the 6 of Nolan Siegel, and Lundgaard will fall back to 18th and fall into the clutches of Marcus Erickson. Right now, Award in the lead. Rasmussen now clears in the second. Newgarden in the third. Abel, Kirkwood just right behind them in fourth and fifth. Then Rossi and Palou side by side for sixth. And Foster and Power side by side for eighth. Looks like Will Power's going to win that battle between him and Foster. Still side by side between the 20 and the 10. Now Jacob Abel's going to lose a spot to Kyle Kirkwood. Kirkwood up into the fourth spot. Now Christian Rasmussen looking to the inside of Pato Award. Award's going to throw a block. And Award will lead lap number 3. But Christian Rasmussen goes to the outside, and Joseph Newgarden makes it 3 wide for the lead here at the Thermal Club. Alex Palou beats out Rossi for 6th. And there we go. We have a crash. Will Power gets destroyed, as well as Louis Foster. Cautions out. Heartbreak for last week's winner at St. Pete, Will Power, as he's destroyed Louis Foster as well. Heavy damage for the 12 of Will Power and the 45 of Louis Foster, as it looked like Will Power tried to go down in front of Louis Foster, and he just wasn't clear. A very uncharacteristic mistake from one of the veterans of our sport, Will Power. As the caution is out on lap 4 for Will Power, and Louis Foster. And Willpower, first last week, this week 18th. 0 to 0, very quick. And another rough finish for Louis Foster. He has not finished the race so far this season. Not a great start to his Diecast Indy League career. Or Diecast IndyCar League career, I should say. So the 45 for Rahal Letterman Lanigan is out, and the 12 for Team Penske is out. The leader of the race was Pato O'Ward. And we're going to restart on lap number 7. So this is going to change up the field now, as obviously the 45 will finish last and the 12 will finish 18th. So we'll take a look at your current running order before we go back to green on lap number 7. As Pato O'Ward by barely is the leader still, with Rasmussen second and Newgarden in third. Kyle Kirkwood fourth. Jacob Abel rounds out your top 5. Alex Palou sixth. The 20 of Alexander Rossi is 7th. Kiffin Simpson in 8th. Scott Dixon 9th. And now Stingray Robb finds himself in the top 10. Graham Rahal 11th. Connor Daly 12th. Scott McLaughlin 13th. Nolan Siegel 14th. Colton Herta 15th. Christian Lundgaard 16th. And Marcus Ericsson, the last running car on track, in 17th. Here we go. Pato and Rasmussen lead the field back to green. We're underway at the Thermal Club. Christian Rasmussen to the inside of Pato. Christian Rasmussen to the inside of Pato, looking for the lead. Rasmussen looking for the lead, trying to get the lead. Looks like he might. As Newgarden's trying to hold off Kirkwood for second, Christian Rasmussen goes to the lead. Ed Carpenter Racing now has the leader, but here comes Pato O'Ward to the outside, and Joseph Newgarden looks again, way outside. Pato O'Ward has to block. 3-wide battle for fourth. Alex Palou and Jacob Abel are going to split. Kyle Kirkwood, he's going to fall. Alexander Rossi driving very aggressive for 7th as he's trying to hold off Kiffin Simpson, and Scott Dixon's going to make it 3-wide on him. Graham Rahal passes Stingray Robb for 10th. That's the top 10 right now. Dixon's going to take 7th. Rossi's going to fall all the way back to 9th. He'll fall behind Kiffin Simpson as the 8 moves up into 8th. Dixon into 7th. 3 wide for 4th, and Kyle Kirkwood will win out over Alex Palou and Jacob Abel. But still, the battle for the lead rages on between Pato O'Ward and Christian Rasmussen. And don't forget, Joseph Newgarden right there as we come up to lap number 9. O'Ward trying to cut off Rasmussen. Here's Joseph Newgarden to the outside. Newgarden looking for the lead, and he's got it. Alex Palou dives underneath Kyle Kirkwood. He's looking for P4. And here comes Scott Dixon right past Jacob Abel for 7th. Got a lot of battling going on in the back. Nolan Siegel, Connor, and Scotty Mack are 3 wide. Then Ericsson, Lundgaard, and Colton are 3 wide. And Ericsson moves up past his teammate and Christian Lundgaard. Colton Herta not having a good start to his Diecast IndyCar League career. A wreck last week and now this week. He's way in the back again. Just not a good start for that 2016. Kyle Kirkwood gets passed by Alex Palou. That's for 4th. Now he has the 9 of Scott Dixon right behind him, as we still are the three-way battle for the lead between Rasmussen, O'Ward, and Newgarden. But I think Alex Palou will make quick work of these three, and he'll join the battle. Oh, Joseph Newgarden. He almost gets turned around by Pato O'Ward. Here comes Christian Rasmussen to the outside, and same with Alex Palou. And, oh, they're going to make contact. They're going to make contact. They make contact. They're all on the wall. Joseph Newgarden's going to take the lead. It looks like, no. Here comes Kyle Kirkwood. Is this going to be a caution here? Jacob Abel looking to the inside of Scott Dixon. But the 10, 21, and 5 are all going to fall back. As Alex Palou tried to make an aggressive move, as well as Christian Rasmussen, and they all came together. And they now are in the clutches of Kiffin Simpson and Alexander Rossi. As we begin lap 10, Kyle Kirkwood goes into the lead, Joseph Newgarden into second, Scott Dixon into third, and we have all new contenders here up in the front. Seems like the damage for the 10, 21, and 5 is really affecting them, as it's the 27 and the 2, and Joseph Newgarden goes to the inside here on lap 11. Yeah, the 10, 21, and 5 are all falling back as Kiffin Simpson and Alexander Rossi go right around them, and following that will be the 77 of Stingray Robb and Graham Rahal, who have been battling each other for the entire race. Yeah, this damage is really affecting Pato, Palou, and Rasmussen. They're going to drop all the way to the back. Surprised they didn't crash. They did a really good job of hanging on to their cars. But unfortunately, it's going to cost them all a good finish. As back on lap 11, Kyle Kirkwood and Joseph are still side by side for the lead. But now we have new contenders in the fight for 4th, as here's Graham Rahal, Stingray Robb, and Alexander Rossi, all 3 wide. But Jacob Abel and Kiffin Simpson will fight for 4th, but the battle for the lead is between the 27, 2, and the 9, and Joseph Newgarden goes back out in front. Scott Dixon goes into second place. Coming up on 4 laps to go. Scott Dixon's drafting off of Joseph Newgarden. He's hitting the push to pass button. Scott Dixon to the outside of Joseph Newgarden. Kyle Kirkwood looks to the inside. Joseph's going to cut him off. That's going to give Scott Dixon the lead. Kiffin Simpson to 4th. Jacob Abel falls to 5th. The battle for 6th is 3 wide, and Graham Rahal prevails. Rossi to 7th. Stingray Robb to 8th. Scott McLaughlin, now Nolan Siegel, look like they're going to fight them. Good run here for Scotty Mack and Nolan. Doing a nice job fighting up through to the front of the field with 4 laps to go. Here's Graham Rahal to the outside of Jacob Abel. Rahal goes by Abel. Simpson in the 4th. Kirkwood, Joseph, and Scott Dixon. Dixon blocking Kirkwood. That's Joseph, sorry. A lot of excitement here. Kirkwood to the outside. Dixon blocking Joseph. Lap 13 begins. Here's Kyle Kirkwood to the outside of Scott Dixon. And we're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Graham Rahal for 4th on Kiffin Simpson. Ooh, contact between the 2 with 3 to go. Rahal looking to make a fight. Abel falls back. Rossi and Stingray go right around Jacob Abel, and here comes Nolan and Scotty Mack now looking to pass Jacob Abel. Abel losing a bunch of spots. Contact between the 18 and the 6. Contact between the 18 and the 6. Scott McLaughlin's going to win that battle easily. And now he'll go and try and run down Stingray and Rossi, as that's the battle for 6th. But meanwhile, up in the front, who's going to win the battle for the lead? Scott Dixon still. Newgarden's going to go around him. Joseph Newgarden to the lead of the race. Graham Rahal's here. 2 to go. Scott Dixon to the outside. Kyle Kirkwood's going to follow, as well as Graham Rahal. 3 Hondas versus 1 Chevy. They're going to all go by Joseph Newgarden. Ooh, contact between the 2 and the 15. Kiffin Simpson now. Still battling. Stingray Rob goes up in the 6th. Rossi in the 7th and McLaughlin in the 8th. The 4-car battle for 5th rages behind the battle for the lead. Scotty Mack gets around Rossi. Stingray and Kiffin now fighting each other, and this might give Scotty Mack the advantage. But meanwhile, up in the front, it's the 9 of Dixon, the 27 of Kirkwood, then the 2 and the 15. We're coming to the white flag. Here goes Kyle Kirkwood to the inside. Scott Dixon's getting split. Graham Rahal to the outside. Joseph Newgarden trying to make a move on Scott, but it's no go. It's going to be a battle between the 27 of Kirkwood and the 15 of Rahal. McLaughlin in the 5th. Scotty Mack in the 5th. Kiffin in the 6th. Stingray falls back to 8th. 7th for Rossi. But side by side for the win between the 27 of Kyle Kirkwood and the 15 of Graham Rahal. Oh, Joseph Newgarden! Joseph Newgarden! He goes around and hits the wall. Unfortunate end of the day for him. Scott Dixon goes in the 3rd. Graham Rahal is in the lead. Will they throw the caution for Joseph Newgarden? He's backwards in the middle of the track. No caution. We're going to let him race back. Here they come. Graham Rahal in the lead. Scott Dixon looks to the outside. They're going to make contact. Oh, here they come to the final corner. To the line. It's going to be Graham Rahal who wins sideways. Wow, what a win for Graham Rahal. Scott Dixon 2nd. Kyle Kirkwood in 3rd. 4th place for Scotty Mack. Kiffin gets 5th. Stingray is going to come home 6th, I believe. It's going to be a dogfight between him and Rossi. No, Rossi takes 6th. Stingray 7th. Nolan in 8th. Abel 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Connor Daly. Apparently there was another crash on the final lap, and it was Pato O'Ward, Christian Rasmussen, and Alex Below. What happened here? So Rasmussen goes to the inside of Pato O'Ward, and oh my goodness, Christian Rasmussen ends up going on top of Pato O'Ward. As those 3 damaged cars were really struggling, and Rasmussen was faster than O'Ward, as O'Ward took the bigger impact. They all had big-time damage, and Rasmussen ends up on top of Pato O'Ward and hits the wall very hard. The 21 was on 2 wheels. Big hit for Pato as well. This is on the back straightaway. Alex Palou hits the wall hard. This was after Joseph Newgarden crashed. A very shocking accident. Man, my goodness, a huge crash. 4 DNFs on the last lap here for today's Diecast Indycar League. But what a wild finish that was between Graham Rahal, Scott Dixon, and Kyle Kirkwood. They were all sideways coming to the checkers, and Graham Rahal gets it done. What a win for the 15 team. Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan gets it done. Graham Rahal is the winner, and he'll do burnouts here in Southern California's Thermal Club. What a win for Graham. He was deep in the standings, was 14th last week. This week, it's a win. So we'll get the finishing results settled up. Dixon second, Kirkwood third, Scotty Mack with a great run into fourth, Kiffin fifth, sixth for Rossi, Stingray in seventh, eighth for Nolan, ninth for Jacob Abel, and Connor rounds out your top 10. Then the Swede, Marcus Ericsson, comes home 11th. Colton gets 12th. 13th for Lundgaard. And then Rasmussen destroyed in 14th. He won't finish. Pelot gets 15th. Pato 16th. And then Joseph Newgarden 17th. All four of those guys crashed on the last lap. So, burnouts for Graham Rahal. What a win for Graham Rahal here at the Thermal Club. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations to Rahal, Lenneman, Lanigan, Graham Rahal, and the Diecast IndyCar League. See y'all later. RV out. Peace.